Namaskar, hello, and welcome to NCRT's live phone-in program. This is a special program called Webinar on ICT. Well, which is the ICT tool we are going to talk about, discuss in this particular session? You will get to know very soon. And we have an expert as well, and she'll be explaining everything about that ICT tool. So let me just introduce without wasting any more time. We are going to talk about Wakelet. Collaboration in digital spaces using Wakelet. So what is Wakelet? How can you use it? How is it useful for teachers, students? Is there anyone else who can use it? How easy or difficult it is to use it in the crisis times, like we are living in the COVID-19 times and we are in home. And there's a lot to learn about Wakelet. What is it? We'll get to know from our expert. We have an expert with us, and I'll introduce you to her. But before that, I want to tell you that you're watching us live on PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12. So 6 channels. Apart from this, you are also watching us on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT Official. If you have any questions regarding Wakelet, there's something that you haven't understood, please write it down in the live chat box of our YouTube channel and send it to us. Throughout this 1 hour, till 5 o'clock, our expert will be with us and she'll be more than happy to answer all your queries, all your doubts. So, and if you have any questions and you want to send us through email, then our email ID is streaming@ciat.nic.in. Let's meet our expert for now, and she is Miss Sonia Wadhwa. Welcome, ma'am. Namaste, ma'am.
Thank you. Warm welcome.
Thank you to you too for being a part here. And I'll just introduce you and then we'll start this discussion. She is HOD ICT and from the Sanskar Valley School, Bhopal. So let's begin this conversation about Wakelet. Ma'am, what is Wakelet to begin with? And what exactly it does to us and how is it helpful? Please introduce us to Wakelet.
Thank you, Tanviji. Once again, namaste and a very good evening to everyone who is watching this show from me, from Bhopal. Talking about what is Wakelet. So Wakelet is a beautiful tool for content creation, curation, organizing content, and definitely it has a huge power to collaborate in digital spaces. So I would emphasize first on the title of the presentation today, that is collaboration in digital spaces. So what are digital spaces when we did not have these unprecedented times? So we would have physical spaces to collaborate, to brainstorm. So we would go to our meeting rooms, sit there and discuss and jot down the meeting points. But due to COVID, we are house arrested, so we do collaborate in digital spaces. So the tool can be very helpful for that. And what are digital spaces? So the spaces where you collaborate online. So Wakelet gives us that particular liberty to collaborate in online spaces. Anyone can use it, but for educators, it's a blessing nowadays because we can do meetings with our colleagues, can put down the meeting points, we can invite our students on group projects and activities, and they can collaborate using Wakelet.
Okay. So would you mind using any presentation for our students and show it to us so that we can understand a little better?
Definitely. So let's move ahead. So as I said, Wakelet is a free platform that allows students to save and definitely we educators to save, organize, present, and share our content from across the web. Like in any other digital software, there is a term that is being given to the file which is being created in the software. Let's say somebody works in Microsoft Word, then the file is called as a document. I'm presenting through PowerPoint, so my file is called as a presentation. Your creations in Wakelet are called collections. So whatever we create in Wakelet, that is called as a collection. So ultimately, we would be seeing how we can collaborate on our collections. So these are some of the salient features of Wakelet. It's absolutely free for students and educators to use. unlimited number of collections can be made using one account. So it's not that there are two accounts, you will get limited space in free and then you will get unlimited in paid. So it's absolutely free and there is no limit on the number of collections one can make. Any number of collaborators can be invited to collaborate on collections. It's a safe and secure platform to create, organize, and then collaborate for educational purposes. Now, highlighting some of its salient features, it's a quick and easy way to capture and share learning resources. Educators can streamline curriculum delivery. It's a visual tool and it's a visual environment which appeals to the students when they come in the collaboration space. It's a fun way to improve student engagement. It empowers digital citizens and digital skills for our students. And last but not the least, it's and fastest and easiest way to collaborate on group projects and research. Moving ahead, I've tried to highlight some of the important educational purposes. Having said that, I don't mean that this cannot be used elsewhere, but since in the session today, we are trying to show the use cases for teaching fraternity. So that's why these important points for educators and students. So you can create and curate educational resources, organize and share resources, create collaboration spaces, invite students and colleagues to contribute to collections, create digital profiles, lesson planning, blog writing, newsletters. Everything can be done using this wonderful tool. You must be wondering why I've highlighted these two things, because we can do all of this. So in an hour session, I may not give you evidence of all of this, but I will make sure when we close this session, at least we have understood collaboration and contribution using Wakelet. So this is the key agenda. I have kept that highlighted for that purpose. What can I save in a Wakelet collection? So we said that we can collaborate. So definitely anything from the internet, be it an article, video, blog, tweets, any documents, podcast, or anything that you bookmark while you are surfing the net, you can put down in one click and add it to your Wakelet. We will see this while I take you through the live demonstration. But in a nutshell, it's a powerful tool to add anything to your collection. Now, how can we start using Wakelet? So I will share my screen and show you the browser window, but just for everybody's interest, I have displayed the URL here, which is wakelet.com. And if you are with us on mobile phone and want to try with us, feel free to download the app from App Store. iPhone users can download it from App Store and Android users can get it from Play Store or Google Play. The app is also available for teachers and students to work on Wakelet. Also, one can have Wakelet browser extension. So what we need to do for browser extension, we would go to wakelet.com/extensions, and Wakelet provides us extension for 3 browsers, Mozilla Firefox, Chrome, and Internet Explorer. And at the click of a button, we can select our browser and add the extension without leaving while you are surfing. You don't have to go to a third platform. Your browser has the Wakelet. You can add your search picks, whatever you want to hand pick while you are surfing, to your Wakelet so that it later helps you in your research work or in your project work. So let's explore the wonderful word of Wakelet and try to emphasize on the keyword of today's session, collaboration in digital space. So I'm going to take you to the browser window now, and we would see. So this is my Wakelet area. I will come out and sign out from here and show you. So once you are on the Wakelet, and you type wakelet.com, I repeat the instruction, go to any browser that you have on your device and then type wakelet.com. If you are a new user, instead of login, please go to sign up. Now, before I sign up, I just want to show you this option. This is called enter code. So if, for example, you do not want your students to come to this platform, or for example, I'm somebody who is not an educator. So I'm working with normal people, but I'm in a meeting where I want people's idea to come to me in my Wakelet's collection. So I can, but I have an account. They may not have an account. I want them to join my space. So I will show you once we will create a collection, we can generate a code for it. And we can share that code in the meeting chat with the audience. They can just put the enter code and come to Wakelet without creating an account on Wakelet. So it doesn't force you that you have to have an account to work on this platform. You can come here as a guest by the invitation code, and then you can contribute to whatever you want to contribute in this particular space. Now let's see how can we sign up. So signing up in any platform means you are going to be a member of that platform. So when we go to sign up, we have various options. So we are not bounded that we have to require a Google ID or any ID like Apple ID, Google, Microsoft or Facebook, or even if you do not have any of these four, for example, you have Rediff Mail or Yahoo Mail, then you can sign up at the bottom using sign up with email option. So once you have this, so let me show you through one of the Google accounts. So if you click on continue with Google, and then let's say you choose any account, then it will create your Wakelet account using the Google account that you have selected. So here you come. Now, since I used this Google account earlier also, so it did not ask me my date of birth and it directly bring me here. But if you choose an account which you have never used and you are coming here for the first time, there will be one step in between. That is, the Wakelet will ask your date of birth. Why that date of birth? In order to create some content. So if you are creator of Wakelet content, then you have to be 13 years and above. If you are a user, like for example, somebody will say, it means I cannot use it in my class for the children, those who are below 7 standard, because they will not be of 13 years and above. But users of Wakelet can be from, even as younger as 4 years of age. But the creators, those who will have account on this platform, they will have to be 13 plus. So that's why when you sign up for the first time, it will ask your date of birth also. Now I am going to go to login instead of sign up, because I have an account with Microsoft ID where I have some beautiful collections to show you. So I am going to sign in with my Microsoft ID, but there is no restriction. One could use any ID to come to this platform. So as my screen is loading, so this is now where we are. As I said, everything here is a collection. So let me zoom out a little bit so that our viewers can check it properly. So this is the button. As I said, create a new collection. So anything that you create in Wakelet is a collection. So our journey starts by just hitting this plus sign. So we will hit this plus sign and then here we go. So the first thing is you add a cover image for your collection. So let's say I am writing, so I want to do brainstorming with you. I want to collaborate with our audience who is with us today. So I want to see how you people are thinking that this tool can be of use for you. So let me put a relevant image. I can upload it either from my computer or I can take it from the free library. So I'm going to choose from free library. So here, let me write, let's say collaboration. So I will just write a keyword and the software may suggest me something. So let me take this image. So we are collaborating and I would say this is done. So image is done. So this image has come up. I can either make it full cover image or I could make it half cover image. And if you feel that image is not required, you can even hide it. So once you hide it, you actually don't need an image for your collection. So then enter a title. So I'm saying, let me hear how you would like to use Wakelet. how you would like to use Wakelet. So I have just given this particular topic here, and then so let's put your ideas here. Now this is my starting plot. I have said this. So for example, you go in a meeting and then say the agenda of the meeting is how to engage productivity in the classroom, and you have a meeting. So suppose I am the meeting facilitator. I have set up this Wakelet and we are brainstorming how we can increase engagement in an online class. Once I have done this, I have set up the plot. I would say done. Then what I need to do is I need to click on invite. So once my Wakelet is done, so this is done. Now I have to click on invite. So then this invite code has come. You can see this is a copy code. I would recommend everybody who is listening to us or watching us, this particular code, I'm copying this code and trying to put it in the chat window. You can also, if you are watching us on TV, go to wakelet.com, put 9A1CCB5. So you can put this particular code 9A1CCB5 and then you would be able to, I'm repeating 9A1CCB5. So you could go to wakelet.com and there is an option called enter code. So go there, put the code, and then you can be a part here. And then once you collaborate with me on this, you can put your ideas. So you can put your ideas here and you can tell me that how would you like to use Wakelet in the classroom. So I think it's too early for me to tell you. I would come back. I am waiting if any one of you can put, but I will come back to this because I must give you ideas, what all you can add to Wakelet. So one person has viewed this Wakelet that I have understood. Now, if you invite somebody, they would get a thumbnail with a plus sign. So they can keep pressing plus sign and they can start putting their ideas here. Now I'm going to edit this Wakelet and show you what people can add actually to a Wakelet. So once you invite somebody to collaborate on a Wakelet and you ask them to put ideas using this plus sign, they can either take this pencil or write text. They can put an image. They can insert some bookmarks which they have taken from bookmarked already some collection. So I will come to bookmark because first of all, we need to see how do we bookmark. Then we can either upload a PDF. For example, if you wanted to put the agenda of any discussion, so you could go to upload PDF. So in the interest of everybody, let's say this is my agenda. So I'm randomly updating a particular PDF. So this is, you can upload the agenda already. So this PDF would come here. Then what else we can add to a Wakelet? You could add a tweet, you could add a video, you could add, this is Flipgrid video. You must be thinking, what is the difference between this video and this video? So this is Flipgrid video, YouTube video, Google Drive, OneDrive, any content from your drive you could insert. And these are the options that are available. It means you can actually put anything in your Wakelet. Let's say I wanted to put some text. So I'm adding my text. So I'm writing, I use Wakelet for collaborative projects. So I have written this collaborative projects. And then I am going to, if I want to make it bold or I want to make it little big, so I can say bold, I can make it like a heading size, and then I can say done. This is bullets if you want to write in bullet points, left, right, center, and this is to hyperlink this text with something, some external link. So I can say done. Now, one thing more before I allow you to add to my Wakelet, I have to make it public. So if my Wakelet is private, you will not be able to add anything. So I'm going to make it public. Now, what is the difference between public, unlisted, and private? If your collection is unlisted, then only the people to whom you give the code or you share the link, they can only see and add something to your collection. But if your collection is public. Anyone who searches with the keywords in the Wakelet space, they may come across your collection. For example, I have made a Wakelet on ISC computer science notes. So if somebody comes to Wakelet and they are looking for computer science notes for ISC, and my collection is public, they will easily get my collection. So I have made it public. Now I would tell you to contribute. So I'm going to again go to invite. So I go to invite. Now please see my code, and I would request you to try this out. My code is 9A1, 2 times small c, then small b, and 5. So please try this. Try this code. I am just going to show the code again. 9A1CCB5. So if you go to wakelet.com and you from the home screen, you choose the option enter code. This is my code 9A1CCB5. So I'm waiting for a minute and I'm trying to see if even a single person puts it, so we can show it to the audience how easy it is to collaborate in digital spaces using Wakelet. I repeat, go to wakelet.com. On the home screen, look for the option enter code, and then 9A1CCB5 is my code. Okay, let me come out and see. Okay, let me refresh it and check it if I have got any. Else, I will show you by putting it myself. So what I can do is I can go here again and I can say wakelet.com. And then I will, so let me open another browser so that I have another window to show you. So suppose I was you and I was to show you collaboration. So I have opened another browser now. I go to wakelet.com. Because in that browser already Wakelet is open, so I have come to this new browser. This is okay. Let me come out from here. I come out, I say log out, and then I come to home screen. I go to enter code and I say 9A1CCB. I myself forgot the code. So, okay, let's try. I think it was 9A1CCB. Okay, I say join. So I come here. So I have now see, I was not having in this window. So let me just cross check the code from here. So this was my Wakelet. I go to invite. And my code is 9A1CCB5. I made one letter mistake. Let me come back here. And this is again wakelet.com. And here I go to enter code. So I would copy this code so that I don't make any mistake. And I would come back here. I would enter the code. So I'm assuming this is audience window. So you are audience. Now you have joined my space. So I've joined from another window. So I come here, it's asking once you come and for collaboration, it will ask your name. So suppose I am now posing myself as Sumita and I say add. And then here I am on the Wakelet created by Sonia. So now I am Sumita and I am on a Wakelet which was created by Sonia. I can see 6 people have viewed it. Now I have to add something to this collaboration. So I say, okay, got it. I go to edit button and then because I'm invited as a contributor, so I have to click on edit. So I'm happy to see Naresh sir is writing something. So I am also now writing. I am taking plus sign and then I am writing, I would use it for newsletter. So I would make my department newsletter using Wakelet. So I'm just writing, I will use it for newsletter and I say done. Once I have done, I would say done. So once you come to anybody's else, Naresh sir is trying. Now see, I can see Mr. Naresh Kapoor is trying to type something and somebody else is also trying. So this is how, this was my, document, and I could send the code to people, they can come. So I can close it on this window. The audience, those who are trying, once you come here, click on edit pencil, and then you would have this kind of interface. Press plus sign and then start typing. And once you are done, click on done. So you can say done. Now see how many people are working on it. I can show you Sonia, Sumita, Sri Devi, and then we have many people, Sindhu, and then we have more people, Naresh sir. So I can show you that how many people are working here on this Wakelet. Even if I say done, these are my changes done, and then I close it and I come back to my window as Sonia in another space. So here I was. So I created this. Let me hear, how would you like to use? So I give it to you for collaboration. I open it again now. And then I see, now I am seeing as Sonia. So as I see as the creator of this Wakelet, I see 6 people have added items to it. So it says, I thank you for sharing this app with us. So I see people are writing. Thank you so much, audience, for contributing and letting everyone know that it is super simple to collaborate using Wakelet. Now here you can also see how many people have seen your collaborative Wakelet. Now you must be wondering, what if people delete each other's ideas? Say for example, आपने Wakelet बनाया and you contributed it to somebody and you have given the link. What if they delete somebody's else stuff? Children are especially very naughty. When you do this in class and you share, they tend to, modify or edit each other things. So when you set up a Google Doc and ask a class to brainstorm, so it happens. Children try to delete each other's thing. But here we have something, very interesting. We can set up the rights. What people can do on our collection and what people cannot do on our collection. So you can actually manage the roles. So when I went to invite, there is something called invite contributors. So when you are inviting contributors, what are the rights they have? So when you go to manage contributor, a contributor has the right only to add something to Wakelet. They cannot delete. If I make you administrator, then only you have the right to delete a content from the Wakelet. So the creator, if I want to delete this whole Wakelet, then even administrator cannot do that. Administrator can remove a comment, put up by a child. Suppose in a meeting or in any scenario, somebody put something nonsense which you do not want everybody else to see. So since they are contributor, they can only add. They cannot even, remove what they have added. So you can change the profile. You can make somebody an administrator. So for example, if school is doing a collaborative project with a huge number of students, you can make 5-6 teachers as administrator who will monitor whenever any contributory entry come to this Wakelet. They can decide whether it has to be pushed or it has to be deleted. So then we can change the roles of the people. So don't worry, if you share the link with anyone, they will not be able to delete other people's stuff. And you can keep refreshing your Wakelet to see how many people have viewed it, how many people have liked it, so how many people have actually contributed. Now you see there are 7 items and 11 views. So this is how people can keep contributing to a Wakelet. Let me come out of this and show you some more powerful features of Wakelet. So far, I'll just do a quick revision also, and then we will move ahead. So this is, I told you, when you come to this platform, so this is the powerful button, plus button, where you can create a particular collection. Collection is by default private. If you are making for collaboration, make it public, or unlisted depending on your need. For example, if a teacher is making it for discussion of class assembly, please don't make it public. Make it unlisted and give the code only to your students. Then you can add a cover image. Then you can add for example, I want to add a cover image. I can choose from my computer. So if you have an image on your computer, let's say I have an image on my computer, I pick it up, I can adjust its size, how beautiful it will look depending on my needs. So I can decide in what stage it would look better. I can save that image, and then I could have even uploaded the image from internet. I can make the full cover image as half cover image also. I can give a title to it. So this is class assembly discussion, let's say. So next week, let's say your class is an assembly. You want to discuss how we can take the assembly. What would be the topic? Let's brainstorm here. So I'm writing let's brainstorm here. So, oh, I made a mistake in the spelling. And I can do this. I can set up my topic. I've already told you this plus button is very powerful. We can add text, images, bookmark. I am coming to what it is, PDF. And then we have the power to add content from all these places. Once you are done, say done. And then you can invite your class on this Wakelet. So this is a quick revision. So we can invite, you can copy code. You can either copy this link and put it in the chat window of your classroom meeting. If you take class on Google Teams, Google Meets, Teams or Zoom, you can copy the link and paste it in chat window. You can even copy the code or put it in the chat window. Third option is you can even email the link to specific people. So for inviting, we have three options. One is the link, second is the code, and third is the email ID. So I can put the name of the people. So I'm just showing you if I add the name of my colleague. So I write here, I know her email ID. So I'm writing, you can copy paste from somewhere @ let's say sanskarvalley.org. So I am just writing the email ID and I say add. So she would be added as a contributor. Now she's a teacher. So I want now why her name did not come here. When you send somebody's an invite, she has to accept on her mail. The moment she will accept, she would come here, her name would come here and I would be able to see her name. So that is the beauty of collaboration. I can manage the power of collaborators. So far, I am the only contributor because once Neha will accept my invitation to contribute, then only her name will be appearing here. Else, I am the owner and I am the sole contributor. Now, if some of you would like to try, this is the code 852DD00. So you can note it, but I will move ahead. This is just if somebody wants to try. So this is 852DD00. Now coming back to the home screen, as if now imagine a scenario. Let's say you are on your computer and you want to give one file to the students. So you have shared one single file with the students. Now, if you want to share 10 files with the students, so what would you do? If you would think of an option of putting all those 10 files into a folder and maybe you will share the entire folder. So we have that power here also. So how do you folder or organize your files? So here our files are collection. What if I want to make 10 collections in one space and want to invite people to contribute to any of those collections? So that's what I have done. So for my school, you see this is I. So I is ICSC Computer Application and Computer Science Resources. So if I click here, you would see I teach. So since I'm the head of the department, so we have a resource. I need to check everybody's handout, everybody's resources, what teachers are sharing with students. So we have this kind of collaboration here. So for classes 9, 10th, 11, 12, we have a collection. So what homeworks we are giving, we add to this collection. What are our class 10th notes? What are our class Cambridge section notes? So we have added these. Now, if I have to invite somebody to this entire space, so I can, how would I do that? So that is what I am trying to show you. So this is basically, I have put them in one folder. And now I can invite my colleague to collaborate on entire folder, or I can ask them to just collaborate on one of the collection which I showed you earlier. So this is the option. It says create or join a space. So let me create a space, and here I am naming the space as training. So I'm creating a space with the name training. Now I want, whenever I do a training, I would put my resources here. So I can create a space, I can give it a logo. So for example, it has automatically picked up the letter T. So I feel it's okay. I need to select this. So I would zoom in and select. Now this would come and then I can say create. So I've created a space with the name training. Now this is a space. Now here the collection is 0, right? So I can say create new collection the way I did earlier, and I can set up a collection now. But imagine T is a folder in which you are making a file, right? So you can add image. I'm not adding image. Let me say trial. And I am making a quick your collection. So we are trying Wakelet. I'm just writing we are trying Wakelet. And then I can say make it public, but it is public only under my collection. Or I can make it unlisted and say done. So this is now in my collection. Now, what if I want to add one more? So I would keep adding in this collection. So this is my space. So basically we are in a space now. These are my space. Consider them as folders on your device. So let's say you have many folders, and in your folders you have relevant files. So these are my spaces. In my spaces, I have relevant collections. As I showed you that I had ICSC collection, and in that I have my resources. Now, what if I want to invite contributors? So I go to space setting, and then I put here, these are general details. So it says space name. So already training was written. So I'm saying training resources, and then I say save. I have saved this. So this is general. Its space setting got updated. So I can update its name. There are more such, if you want to delete, you could go here and say delete. It says by default, your profile is not visible. Only the public collections are accessible by the people. So what I can do is I can make sure my collections, if I want to share it with people, they are public. Now, if for example, I wanted to invite any of my colleague to collaborate with me on this particular collection, the process is same. I can take the invite link and I can invite them using this particular invite link. Now, I'm going to show you use cases of this setting. For example, we did a collaborative project with 5 schools of the country. So we created this particular space where there were many, collections. So what we could do is all the 5 teachers from 5 schools were added. So there is a different school. So it says this is created by Krupali, this is created by me. There will be something which is created by somebody else, created by any. So how could different teachers put their collections here? Because they were from different school and everybody was invited to collaborate on this particular space. So they cannot see any of my collection which is outside this space. So this space is like a folder and they are being invited to collaborate only on this particular folder, nowhere else. So you can click on this. Now you come here. So it says this has not made any public collection. So this particular, I clicked on the icon of space. It shows me that what are the features. So if I want to share, I can click on share and then I can say copy, and then I can actually share my whole space with somebody. So I can, when I share a whole space with somebody, they have access to all the collections of my space. Now I come back and show you some more features which are very helpful, especially in collaboration. So I talked about making an individual collection and then inviting people. Then I talked about foldering. So what are folders? They are spaces. So here folders are called spaces. So we can create a space. If my friend gives me a code to join a space, so I was joining a single collection, I could have joined an entire space by getting the code if she has invited me on the space to collaborate. So here, when you come here, it says get a code. Now, for example, I'm creating a new space. So I'm writing demo space. And now if I say get a code, Now it says, if you are joining, so you need to have a space code to join. Now, how would I get that particular space for people to join in? Let's say my space name here is demo to collaborate. And I say create. My space is created. Now this is my space which is created. It says profile unpublished. So first of all, I need to publish this space. So this says profile publish. Each space has its own profile. By default, the profile is not visible to anyone and we have to discover it. So I am just making the screen little show. So just to show you. So these are the settings. If I delete a space, I cannot undelete it. Now I come back to this particular space. And so here I'm just making my screen. This is little zoom in to show you all the settings. And then I'll come back here. So it says it is just one member here. Who is that member? I am the member. Now, if I want to invite you to this space, so I go to plus sign, again, the same method, link or code or email. So suppose I send somebody an email till the time they do not accept my email. So let's say I say, I'm sending an email to again Neha and I'm writing here her email ID. So she would get this particular, so I'm just writing the email ID. And then it says email valid, check the plus to click the plus sign to add them to your invitation list. So I have to click on plus sign. Now an invite, so you can see here. So Neha must have got the invite. I have to say invite to her. So I would invite her. Now, for example, I go to this window again. You see pending invitation. So unless Neha has not accepted, it will be pending. And if I want to, suppose it has been 3 days, she has not accepted. I can resend a mail to her to remind her that please join my space. She will get a mail that Sonia has requested you to join this space. So once she joined my space, she has access to all the collections that will be added to this particular space. So because she's my colleague, now let me take you to a real life space. So this is my real life space, which I showed you, which we use in school. Now I show you its members. So this is, I click here. Now here I am the only member, but I show you on some of the collections you will find. So for example, if I show you this collection, say see this collection. So on this collection, if I go and I click on invite, and I click on manage contributor, you see there are 5-6 people who are contributor to this collection. So maybe I have not given, as a head of the department, I have not given them the collaboration right for the entire space, but I have given them right to collaborate on the spaces which they teach. So if they only teach 10th, so I have given them collaboration right only for 10th class Wakelet. So this is one thing. Now please see how I have organized my collection. So see this particular Wakelet, it has 35 items and have a focus on the variety of items it has. So it says 217 views it has and 35 items. So it says collection of notes of a particular topic. So we have put in the notes here. This is the worksheet related to chapter 1. Then again, see, I'm just trying to give you a glimpse of the variety of things. So this is again multiple choice, which is on some third-party application, but I copied the link. Students will click here, they will go take the quiz there and can come back here. Again, there are some notes. This is again a worksheet. Now there are form quiz links also which are being added here. There are test papers also which are being added here. So see, they can, add graphics to the chapter. If I want them to write in tabular form. So as a teacher, I should tell them what is the right way of writing. So I have given them images absolutely the same way that they should put in the examination. And then you see if there are problems that I have given them and students have contributed to the solution. So those are also available here. Also, my idea to show you this Wakelet is to have a look at the variety of content that can come to a Wakelet. So you can have PDFs. Now this is a Microsoft form quiz, which has come up again, one more form quiz. So this is how you can add any content. Let me show you one more Wakelet, which has more variety of content. So,
ma'am, we've got last 8 minutes left, and we've got a couple of questions too. So once you finish your explanation, I will be asking you those questions.
definitely, just give me last 2 minutes, and then I'll be happy to take as many questions as.
Sure.
So this is my home screen. Now see, let's say I have to, create a template and share it with students, and they should be able to copy it and make their own Wakelet. That is also something you can do. So you can allow students to copy your collection. So you can, give them permission that they can change your collection. So how to do that? For example, you are on this particular Wakelet, and you can, inviting is one thing. We could invite the students to, contribute. Another thing, there are certain more, you can check the visibility, that is also there. Plus, you can allow them to copy your collection. So for example, if you invite somebody on as a contributor, they have the power to collaborate on your Wakelet or copy it. So give your instructions to the students how you want them to use it. For example, if I wanted them to create a blog, so I will give them a template. Let's say this is blog writing template. So I will give them this template, add my whole class, invite my whole class here. I'll tell them copy this collection and then start working and make your own. So this is also one idea. Last but not the least, for example, this is I have tried to compile, let's say, a Wakelet for my profile. So you see, I have added text, I have added images, I have added screenshots, I have also added couple of videos. So this everything can go in one Wakelet. So I keep telling my students, once you apply for university admissions later on, or 5 years down the line, when you want to, show your potential employers what is that you have done to serve the community or how you are unique from others. So you can encourage students to make a collection and keep putting their certificates, their journey, their innovative actions, their projects, their winning achievements in one Wakelet. And 5 years down the line, when they will see, it will be a beautiful collection and reflection of their digital profile. So thank you, Tanvi. I think I could give them a glimpse how to use the tool. I'm now open to the questions.
It wasn't just a glimpse, it was a very clear picture. Thank you so much, ma'am. Let's clarify a few doubts by our viewers and students. So Surya Narayan, one of our viewers, he's asking that, is this app free of cost?
Yeah, it's absolutely free of cost.
Okay, there's no paid version for now, for later on?
No.
Okay, and you showed the code. And just clarify that that code, it's valid for how long? Or every time you log into wakelet.com, you get a new code, or the code remains the same?
The code remains the same. The link and the code remains the same.
For how long? Is there any duration or
there anything? Duration. There is a fixed code that you can invite. So once you invite, you can copy codes. It's a static code. It doesn't change after a period of time. If you want to generate, you have to specifically click here, generate a new link or code. So for example, if a teacher has given the code to a class and she sees that even students outside her class are joining there, and there is some notorious bunch of people, those who have joined, she can quickly generate a new code and then she can give it to the select students.
Okay. And how can she share it with the students? Through any medium?
So here,
WhatsApp, SMS, anything?
Yes. So here is the powerful button. I'm so sorry, this I should have told earlier. This is share this collection. So you click on share this collection. Please understand the difference between sharing and inviting. When you invite, they have the right to contribute. When you share, it will be a view only thing for them. So for example, if I say share copy, so if teachers want a resource book to be shared for children to view, and they don't want students' contribution, please share. Don't invite them. It can be, you can convert it into a QR code. People can scan and get your collection. You can share it on Teams directly from here. You can share it on Twitter, Remind, Reddit, Facebook. There are multiple apps on which you can actually directly give your, collection. Second thing which will be helpful for others is while you are sharing this collection, just a minute, while you are sharing this collection, you can export it as PDF also. People have this fear. What if 5 years down the line, Wakelet made it a paid tool and I don't want to pay? What will happen to my collections?
True.
So every time you make a collection, export it as PDF and keep it with you in the offline mode. Then you can do it. So it's as simple as that. You can keep it as PDF.
So it's downloadable.
Yeah, I can download it. All the hyperlinks, everything will remain intact. Depending on the size of the collection, it may take up to 2 minutes to few seconds. It will be downloaded and your entire collection would come as a PDF. So I'll just show you. I created this class assembly. So this is my Wakelet.
Okay.
I can download it.
That's great. Okay. The next question is by Rakesh, and he is asking, how can we conduct assignments on Wakelet?
So assignment is, sir, for example, you can put instructions. So for example, as soon as it's 9 o'clock, let's say you share a Wakelet link in your class window and you just share. Don't give them right to change anything. Do not give contributor link. Ask them to share. In your Wakelet, you can have the questions and you can collect the responses through forms. Like I showed you in my collection, I put in some text over there. So students are supposed to read the notes of that chapter, and at the bottom, there was a form link. So students would read, but they will go to forms to take the assessment. So I can definitely put the link of quizzes and forms into my Wakelet. They can read the question and put the answer in the form link, which is given over there.
Okay. Another viewer, Naresh, he's asking, how can we evaluate grade marks and comments on the students' work?
So definitely that is not the real idea of using it. You can view their work. You can comment on that, because if you are a contributor, for example, if let me give you one scenario. So I made a Wakelet where I gave the same program to every class. So the whole program, class made their program, but the code was different. So everybody solved the problem in a different manner. They were asked to put their solution on the Wakelet. Everybody copy pasted their code and put it in Wakelet. Then as an organizer, I went to the Wakelet. For example, suppose, sir, this is your comment. So I go edit. Now I am here. So suppose, sir, I would use it for a magazine. So I edit this comment and I say, this is added by eVidya. So for example, as a teacher, I am writing brilliant idea. So I'm writing brilliant idea, eVidya. So I can just put my comment, but definitely I can't put a tick. I can't, check it like a notebook. That power is not there.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for clearing the answers. There were many doubts. There was one more question, and then the viewer wrote that I've already got the answer. You've answered it already. So there were many questions. That means the viewers, they were enjoying your whole presentation. And thank you for everything, for your time, and for this wonderful explanation.
Thank you so much, Tanviji, for this opportunity. I am honored to be here. Thank you, sir.
Stay safe, ma'am.
Thank you. Everybody stay safe. Take care.
Thank you to all the students, all the viewers who participated, and by your response, we are getting the idea that you even liked the whole explanation, the whole presentation. Thank you so much once again. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. We are coming back with another special program of ours, Sayog, in a few minutes, and you can watch it here on our YouTube channel, NCERT Official. Stay safe, stay protected, stay in your own houses. Thank you once again. Namaste.